keep your eyes closed. Don't let it get into any, body. Can't think of a better word, so I gotta say it. Orifices, that sort of thing. In other words, your eyes, your nose, your mouth, other places like that. People wash in unclean water like that all day long. Just use your brains when you're doing it, and that. But that would be another use for it as well too. Is just wash water for you, wash water for your children, things like that, or wash water for your clothes. So consider doing something like this at your house. These barrels are pretty inexpensive, and of course, if you're storing food in them now, over time, as you're rotating your food, and in the paw or whatever, you're going to start draining these suckers like mad. So, it wouldn't hurt to have, some hose bibs on hand, some connectors, some Teflon tape, a couple things of caulk. Now all of a sudden, empty barrels that are pretty much useless to you, when they're drained of their food and things like that in the paw, you can turn into rain barrels, or you can fill up with dirt. Uses a bit of ballistic protection, things like that as well too. So many uses for these sorts of things. Cut them in half, use them as planters, things like that. The other thing I didn't mention at the start is when you get these, before you start doing all this, to do all this trouble after you've cleaned them out, is I like to fill them with water and just leave them in the yard for a day or two. It does a couple things. Number one, it will help dissipate the pickle smell or whatever it's had with it smell, but also it'll show you if the thing actually holds water. Because you go to all this trouble and you do all this work and everything else, and then you find out that the thing's got a leak in it. It's kind of a waste of your time. So fill it with water first, let it sit for a couple days. Bada bing, bada boom. You got it's going to hold your rainwater in that. So just another way of looking at it. We are starting to get into some more homestead water collection discussions and homestead water use and things like that on the forums right now at survivalandpreparedness.com. And we'll post pics. There's a link somebody posted on a survival site not too long ago to a water collection site that uses Google Earth, and will actually, you can look at your location based on your address and figure out the size, size of your house or square footage of your roof or whatever, and it will calculate how, over a year you could collect, 60,000 gallons of water was, our particular equation there, or whatever, based on the size of your roofs and, and the amount of rainfall for your area for the year. So that kind of thing's a real eye-opener, because honestly, we neglected this a lot for a long time in our water systems. We had a good well, we had a diesel generator to run it, we had, other things that I don't want to talk about on video that helped us do our water system, and it was pretty pretty good backup, but we've since been improving that quite a bit, because anything can fail, and 2 is 1 and 1 is none type of thing and all that good stuff. But this is something that, again, if you're needing water for your animals, if you're needing water for washing your clothes, if you're needing water for washing your bodies, things like that, that's less stuff that you have to, in a survival situation, if you don't have your own powered water source, powered well via a solar power pump or whatever, you'll have to go down to Miller's Pond and carry more back and things like that. Well, it's a pain in the neck to do that, guys. Do it for a while, try it. Even if you have a close by pond or creek, we're not that far from a big river. So it's not that big of a deal for us, but if we're hauling any quantity of it, it becomes that, okay? And there's security risks and, 15 people walking back and forth to a river with, big blaring white buckets and that filling water. So stuff like this is labor savers for you, and that's really important in a survival situation. I'm rambling. Anyway, thanks for watching. Come by the forums at survivalandpreparedness.com. A lot of other discussions like this going on, a lot of helpful folks, a lot of good information to help you in your preparing. It's August 9th.
The Pocket Filter by Catadine. Rated to up to 13,000 gallons. This tough, durable unit sees use by Special Forces units around the world. The Red Cross, endorsed by the World Health Organization. Silver impregnated ceramic cartridge, lifetime warranty, very durable unit, available from jrhenterprises.com. Again, available from jrhenterprises.com. Ask about current sales specials.
Alright, since we're working on the lower levels here, lower platform or whatever, we'll go ahead and do a little bit of work off the ground. From a ground position, first off, you're going to find that I think this is where really and I'm clear for video purposes and all that good stuff. I think this is where the abdominal carry or Mexican carry or whatever you want to call it helps you out quite a bit versus, the standard carry on your side here. This isn't that big of a detriment, but I have to be able to move my body a little bit. You can come up here if you want. I have to be able to move my body a little bit on the ground to retrieve this, okay? Because if I get thrown down and I'm pinned on this side, okay, that's a problem. This is where I need to know a little bit of groundwork so I can sweep him, whatever, in order to retrieve my gun. But here in the front, this doesn't present much of a problem unless the person's mounted on me. And we've covered mount escapes and that in other videos as well. And there's other techniques to do it. And of course, just even, a little bump, you don't need much to get the gun out. But I think this is where the appendix carry or abdominal carry, whatever you want to call it, really comes into play. Is it's just so much easier if I'm here, the guy's taking me down, whatever, maybe he's coming in with a knife, whatever, I can block, I can work, I can start to sweep, and I can get the gun a lot easier than getting and of course if you have any type of training in ground fighting and that, or jiu-jitsu or grappler or shoot fighter or whatever, I start getting my arm in this position, it'd be really easy to, and most people, most grapplers would see this as an attack for either, set up for a Kimura, shoulder lock, or even